What do we have today? We have predictions for 14 NBA games for November 25th. So, let's get started. We will start with match between Minnesota Timberwolves and Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets have been struggling lately, having dropped 8 of their previous 10 contests, but they will be keen to gain some momentum after eking out a 107-101 victory over the 76ers at home. The Minnesota Timberwolves, who have won 5 of their past 7 games overall, are in excellent form. They will be going for their 6th straight win after defeating the Pacers by a score of 115-101 on the road. LaMelo Ball and Dennis Smith Jr. are both listed as questionable for the Hornets, while Cody Martin is still ruled out. Taurean Prince and Jordan McLaughlin listed as questionable by the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves achieved a streak of 5 consecutive victories, which is certainly good for them, but even though they won, they did not play good basketball. Maybe my expectations are too high, but 2 of the 5 best centers in the league play for that team. Even though they are not a playoff team, the Hornets can play really good basketball, especially at home. I think the Hornets' form has improved, but I don't think they can challenge the Timberwolves here. At the previous 5 games between the two teams in Charlotte, the over has prevailed 4-1, while the Timberwolves have gone 1-4 ATS in those meetings. Play Minnesota Timberwolves -3.5. The next match is the match between Philadelphia 76ers and Orlando Magic. The Philadelphia 76ers, who have split their past 10 games and have been in decent form, will be looking to get back on track after being defeated by the Hornets on the road in a 107-101 setback. The Orlando Magic have been playing well lately, winning 4 of their previous 10 contests, but they will be looking to snap a 2-game losing streak after losing on the road to the Pacers 123-102. For the Sixers, Matisse Thybulle and Joel Embiid are listed as questionable, while Therese Maxey and James Harden are both ruled out. The Magic are still without Jonathan Isaac, Cole Anthony and Markelle Fultz, while Chuma Okeke and Wendell Carter Jr. are both listed as questionable for this one. Despite being a young team, the Magic have demonstrated their ability to play competitively. Given the possibility that Embiid might play for the Sixers tonight, I had not expected the bookies to prefer the Magic. However, given how inconsistently they play, the 76ers may have deserved it. The 76ers are still by far the better team, although it is difficult to anticipate how they will perform today. The Sixers are 2-3 ATS in the previous 5 games between the two teams in Orlando, while the over is 3-2 in those matches. Play Orlando Magic -2.5. The next match is the match between Portland Trailblazers and New York Knicks. The Portland Trailblazers are in a slump as they have dropped 5 of their previous 6 games. They will be looking to end a 4-game losing streak after losing on the road to the Cavaliers 114-96. The New York Knicks have been playing well lately, winning 5 of their past 9 games. They will be aiming to extend their winning streak to 2 games after dominating the Thunder 129-119. The Knicks listed Cameron Reddish, Derrick Rose, and Mitchell Robinson as questionable. The Trailblazers are still without Gary Payton, Keon, and Damian Lillard, while Drew Eubanks is listed as questionable for this one. While the Knicks score an average of 114.3 points on 45.5% shooting and allow 115.5 points on 45.2% shooting, the Blazers average 109.9 points on 46.6% shooting and allow 108.3 points on 46%. Due to the Knicks' 4-day break from play, they hold a significant home court advantage. The Blazers' 3rd straight away game is this one. Normally, they play with a lot of energy, but this run of testing opposition on the road without Lillard appears to be wearing them out. In their last 4 games in New York, the Blazers have failed to cover the spread. The Knicks are not a team that can be trusted, but I don't think I have a choice in this case. Play New York Knicks -4.5. The next match is the match between Brooklyn Nets and Indiana Pacers. The Brooklyn Nets, who have split their previous 10 games, have been progressively playing better, and they will be looking for their 2nd consecutive victory after edging out the Raptors on the road in a 112-98 triumph. The Indiana Pacers are in good shape, and they were recently among the league's hottest teams as they were riding a 5-game winning run before they were stopped by the Timberwolves in a 115-101 home loss. Yuta Watanabe is ruled out for the Nets. Andrew Nembhard and Isaiah Jackson are both listed as questionable for the Pacers, while they still will be without Daniel Theis and Chris Duarte. In comparison to the Pacers, who average 116.4 points on 46% shooting and give up 114.9 points on 45.6% shooting, the Nets average 111.6 points on 48.5% shooting and allow 111.6 points on 44.6% shooting. The Indiana Pacers are now playing their best basketball of the season and they triumph by an average of 4.6 points at home. This match should be challenging for the Nets side, in my view. If they want to compete with the Pacers on the road, they must improve on both sides of the floor. I'll go with the Pacers at home because I believe they are the team with the better offensive performance, but I also expect them to fight on the defensive end of the floor. Play Indiana Pacers +4. The next match is the match between Sacramento Kings and Boston Celtics. The Sacramento Kings have been on fire as they have won 10 of their past 13 games overall, but they will be aiming to rebound after losing to the Hawks in a 115-106 setback. The Boston Celtics, one of the league's hottest teams, have won 9 of their last 10 games overall and will be going for their second consecutive victory after edging the Mavericks 125-112 at home. The Kings average 121.4 points on 50.2% shooting and give up 117.5 points on 50.2% shooting, compared to the Celtics' average of 120.2 points on 48.7% shooting and 113 points on 46.1% shooting. Both teams' injury lists are bare, with the exception of Robert Williams, who is still ruled out for the Celtics. Once again on fire, the Celtics are playing at home, where they win by an average of 9.2 points. The Kings recently play some of the league's best basketball, and in their previous 5 victories, they have prevailed by an average margin of 14.2 points. Despite the Kings' recent success, the Celtics are presently by far the league's top squad. Only Tatum and Brown having a horrible game can make the fans of the other team happy, but that has only occurred 4 times this season overall and only once in Boston. In the past 5 head-to-head contests in Boston, the under was in 3 of them, and the Kings covered the spread in 3 of those contests. Play Sacramento Kings and Boston Celtics over 233.5. The next match is the match between Atlanta Hawks and Houston Rockets. The Atlanta Hawks have been in good form, winning 6 of their previous 10 games overall. They will be looking to gain some momentum and will be going for their second consecutive win after edging the Kings at home by a score of 115-106. The Houston Rockets have been among the league's weakest teams, having dropped 14 of their first 17 games overall. They will be hoping for a better performance after losing to the Warriors 127-120 at home. The Kings are averaging 121.4 points on 50.2% shooting and giving up 117.5 points on 50.2%, compared to the Rockets' average of 109.1 points on 44.1% shooting and 116.4 points on 48.1% shooting. We can consider both teams healthy, except the Rockets listed Bruno Fernando and Alperen Sengun as questionable for this one. Head-to-head, the Hawks covered the spread in 3 of the previous 5 head-to-head games in Houston, and 4 of those games goes in total points over. Although the Rockets have only won 3 games so far this season and are now on a 5-game losing streak, they have been good against the spread this year, going 9-8 overall. The Hawks are undoubtedly the better team here, but lately they have had trouble scoring. This is their second match of the season. The Hawks won the opening game in Atlanta by a score of 117-107. Play Atlanta Hawks and Houston Rockets under 237.5. The next match is the match between New Orleans Pelicans and Memphis Grizzlies. The New Orleans Pelicans, who have won 5 of their past 6 games overall, have been in excellent form. They will be going for their 3rd consecutive win after disposing of the Spurs with ease in a 129-110 away triumph. The Memphis Grizzlies are in a slump as they have dropped 4 of their past 5 games overall. They are hungry to end a 2-game losing streak after narrowly losing to the Kings 113-109. While the Grizzlies average 114.4 points on 45.9% shooting and allow 114 points on 46.8% shooting, the Pelicans average 116.3 points on 48.1% shooting and allow 112.4 points on 46.9% shooting. The Grizzlies are without Santi Aldama, Zaire Williams, and Desmond Bane, while John Concher is listed as questionable. For the Pelicans, CJ McCollum is out, while Trey Murphy is listed as questionable. The Grizzlies will suffer a great deal from Bane's injury. Without his three-point shooting, the offense has struggled, and they have lost 4 of the 5 games in which he has been sidelined. The Grizzlies have scored just 107.8 points per game on average during their previous 5 games, which is much less than their season average of 114.1 points per game. On the other side, the absence of CJ McCollum for the Pelicans is also a significant blow for them. You could argue for either side in this one, but I'll pick the Grizzlies to win at home and cover the spread. Play Memphis Grizzlies -1.5. The next match is the match between Chicago Bulls and Oklahoma City Thunder. The Chicago Bulls are in a slump as they have dropped 6 of their previous 9 games, but after edging the Bucks 118-113 on the road, they will be looking for their 3rd consecutive win. The Oklahoma City Thunder are in a rut as they have dropped 8 of their past 11 games overall. After being defeated by the Nuggets in a 131-126 overtime loss, they will be looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. The Thunder score an average of 116.2 points on 46.9% shooting, while the Bulls score an average of 110.5 points on 46.8% shooting and allow 111.6 points on 47.8%. The Thunder are almost complete. They ruled out only Mike Muscala. The Bulls are in a similar situation. They just ruled out Goran Dragic. The Thunder are improving in their performance, but this young and inexperienced team still has to concentrate on not losing games that they are practically won. Despite beating the Bucks, you shouldn't put all your faith in the Bulls. Although it is obvious why they are the favorites in this game, I would disagree with that, and it also appears that the trend does not support the Bulls being the favorite too. In their past 5 encounters in Oklahoma City, the Bulls have a head-to-head record of 1-4 ATS. Play Oklahoma City Thunder +2.5. Please visit our website at tipsandstreams.com to view predictions for all today's games. Thank you.